Hi, Frank. How are you now?
Good, Brian. You? All good?
Yeah, not so bad. Not so bad.
Good, buddy.
Yeah, just wondering why Brian Gutierrez hasn't started the past two matches.
No, I think it's all about form, Brian. I mean, we have to manage a whole team, and I think it's a long season, and I think players go in and out of form. And I think with Guti as a young player, I think that's also the case, and our ability to have much better depth this year in every position, I think I think that's very important. It was very important going into the off season to do that. So I think it's just form with him. And you guys are not here every day in training to see how things are going and the preparation, but it's just normal. It's a long season. And I think that also with him, a lot of minutes logged. It's obvious that there are moments that I think it's either fatigue, mental fitness, mental fatigue also at times that we need to manage the young player in his minutes and moments when he needs also to recover.
What are some of the things that you feel like he's coming up a little short? Is it in games, or is it in training, or just where do you think he needs
Just
to improve?
just his sharpness, I think. I think sometimes I think he wants to be more aggressive at times, and I think just that hesitation. So it just seems to me, I think that it's not only maybe the physical part of it. Sometimes it's the mental. It's just things that you notice in games, I think, and also in training. But he's looked sharper. I think the time that we've been able just to give him a little bit of rest and bring him off the bench where, maybe it's later in games and the game opens up a little bit and there's less pressure also on him from the start of the game. I think that's been good. And it's about confidence also. I think at times when you get moments like that, you overthink things instead of let just from an instinctive standpoint and just being more aggressive, which is his game. So it's just little things, but I think that look, I think we've been able to manage that. It's good that we've been able to give him some a little bit of a break with some of the games and come off where he can impact the game like he did in Houston at home late, and I think that's been really good for him as a young
Thank,
player also to learn not only in the field. I think it's also from outside watching also.
cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Joe Chats from On Tap Sportsnet.
Thanks, E. Thanks, Frank. How are you doing today?
Good, Joe. You're not the first one today, man. Brian beat you to it.
I will always cede first for Brian. I know I
Okay, okay, good, good. Brian.
curious looking ahead to this weekend, going against the side of Real Salt Lake that, everyone will immediately say Arango, Arango, Arango is the central thing to focus on. I'm curious what you've seen from this squad that you'll be facing off against that you don't necessarily play all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's a team that we don't play. But I mean, look, I mean, just looking at it from the games that I watched, I think it's a team that's very well organized. Obviously, it's a really hard-working team, a team that's really good in transition, especially on the right side with Gomez and obviously Arango, also with his pace, his ability to really punish team with the chances he gets, and Luna also a player on the other side that comes inside and can create certain overloads and his quality on the ball. So it's a team that's coming in and playing really well with confidence. That's going to work extremely hard, and we don't face them. We do every couple of years, so it's actually exciting for us to get an opponent that we haven't seen for a while. And we know it's going to be a difficult match. We were preparing extremely well this week and really focused, especially one game at a time. But it's a big opportunity for us now with this homestand to get momentum and start climbing the ladder.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. And today, Alex Calabrese is feeling a little under the weather. We have Tim Hotze from Men in Red 97.
Hi, Frank. Thanks. How are you doing, Frank?
Good, Tim. How are you doing? All good?
Good, thanks. Good, yeah.
Good.
So the team has just one goal in open play from the past three matches.
Yeah.
What do you think the team needs to do to start getting more goals in open play during this next three-game homestand?
No, I think the one thing is that be way more aggressive in the final third. I think that we have a tendency once we're able to penetrate and break lines, then our ability to accelerate the game, our ability to get service in the box, our ability to get more numbers in the box. It's been a big focus, not only this week, also from the past weeks. And then when you look at the last game against the Red Bulls, especially the second half when they go down a man, and I think at times it becomes a little more difficult at times and challenging in a way. It's like now you face a team that's going to sit in a really low block that's very good at counterattacking. So our ability to play at a higher tempo, get a lot more crosses in, that we didn't do the last game, especially the second half. I think a lot of our work this week has been just in the final third. When we get and progress the game and get 25, 30 yards away from goal, and then how can we get more numbers? How can we get more dangerous? Our delivery, our final pass, and our numbers in the box have to increase.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Hernan Espinosa from La Fiera Deportiva.
Frank, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect, Hernan. How are you?
I'm great, sir. Thank you very much. My question is about Harold Osorio. He's part of the Chicago Fire 2, and he's been scoring a lot of goals in either the games of the Fire 2 or the U.S. Open Cup, which they're going to play tonight. My question is, have you ever thought about calling him to train the first team, or have you seen his scoring on his position? Thank you.
Yeah, I watch all their games, Hernan. Thanks for the question. We bring Osorio every opportunity we get with the first team to train. So I think and not only with him, I think other players also with the second team. I think it's very important, the relationship that we have. We train almost at the same time. So throughout the week, we have a number of players that we bring up to train with us, and then I think get them up to speed. I think get them in that environment, first team environment, and see how they handle that. And also, I think that's been important. We do that all the time with players. So it's good that he's doing, extremely well with the second team. He's got to continue to do that and grow as a player, because that's only going to give him more opportunities also to be with us, and an opportunity down the road to be with the first team.
Thank you. We'll do 2 more questions. First, we'll go to Alex Campbell, and then we'll go back to Tim Hotze. Alex?
Thanks, Z. Hey, Frank, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Thanks for taking the time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tim.
I know that with the past Open Cup matches, regardless of who the eligible player list has been, we've seen kind of a consistent group of guys from the first team getting opportunities there. Does the fact that the level of opponent, particularly starting in this game tonight, a USL Championship team, does that raise the level, impact at all the way you guys are making first teamers available to be in the squad for a game like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think the second team, we have really good squad of younger players also, and then the opportunity where we can, give them first team players. I think that's always a case that we look into situations like that. I mean, but the most important thing is also for us, it's also the first team and getting ready for this game Saturday. We've had some injuries and setbacks, and I think that also we have to look into that to see how that impacts our ability to loan more players, because we got to have at least everyone ready for our match Saturday. And so that's the first thing always. When we have an opportunity to do so, we do so. I think that there's going to be a couple players there tonight, and I think that our second team is really well positioned. They have a good coach, and I think that they're going to take that next step and advance in tonight. That's my belief, or at least I'm very optimistic and positive.
Yeah, hoping so. Thanks, Frank.
Yep, thank you, Tim.
Thank you. Last question to Tim.
So I guess any chance that you're going to name the first team players that are getting sent down for the Open Cup match tonight, or?
No, I mean, I think right now it's just Javi Casas, Sergio Oragel that's there, and then we're just going to see right now what the situation is, if there's, for any other players to go there. Like I said, Tim, right now for us, we're very thin. We're very thin, especially with Tobias getting elbow with his concussion protocol. He's going to be out for this game, and Goodman has just been training for a couple of days. So we have to take all that into consideration, because we want to help the second team, but also the most important thing for us also is Saturday.
Sure. So it sounds like Gutman is actually back in full training with the team now.
He's been training on and out. I mean, not completely over 90 minutes with every exercise, but yes, he's integrating slowly. He's looking good, which is really positive for us. And I think if this continues, I think he'll be available for Saturday.
Great news. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.